to be having our second annual Interhouse event, and we've got quite a few learners already loaded into Fortnite. We've got a pretty packed program coming up. We've got Fortnite, and then we've got some COD Mobile. And here to commentate with us, even though I've learned a little bit since the last time, still not quite enough. So we've got Altruism back again.
I love that you say again. I love that you say the second time. The fact that you guys are making this a consistent thing. I had to come back. I had such a great time when we did this last year. And Glenwood, you guys have been doing pretty well in the esports scene. I love to see you guys came, I think, what, 5th now recently in Fortnite this year over a couple of the terms. Some really good performances. And I want to get to see how deep this goes down the lengths. And so Fortnite's, I've seen the strength of that. Little proviso, I have never cast COD Mobile before, so I'm very interested to see what this whole mobile gaming sphere looks like and what you guys have up your sleeves. So thanks, Ms. Turi, for the invitation. I'm so excited for today.
Excellent. Well, let's see if our Fortnite players are ready to give us a good showing. Have we got a game about to start? I believe so. We've got a bunch of learners who are in.
And for those of you guys, the game mode, we decided to change it up. It was a really nice little conversation. I learned a little bit more about Fortnite today. We're going to be doing reboot mode. So this is now solos. You're just playing on your own. Mr. You're going to have to fill us in on how points work for the houses themselves. That's your business. But in this game mode, it means that you are playing solos, much faster game mode, and you get 3 lives. So if you die, you reboot, which means that people are going to be a lot more risk-taking. The points and kills are going to be a lot more dramatic. It's going to be a much more exciting event for us this year. So I really like that you swapped it. And you said we've got 25 students?
25. I'm seeing we've currently got 16 in the game lobby. And let's actually get some screen share happening. So I've got 2 players who I'm going to be streaming from. And let's switch over to view them. So at the moment they're just setting everything up, waiting for them to get started. There's 16 of them in, and whilst we wait, I can tell you what's happening with the score system. So we've got 1 point per kill. That is an automatic system. And then for each place, there's a different number of points. So first place, we got 15 points. Second is 13. Third is 10. Fourth is 9 points. And then 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, all the way down till 10th place getting 3 points. And 10th through 15th will all get 3 points. 16 through 20 will get 2 points. And 20 through 25 will get 1 point, mostly for participating.
Nice.
But everybody coming in manages to represent and earn something for their house. In terms of the houses, we've got pretty uneven division amongst them, where we've got Blanksby's having quite a few players in, Early's having the most players here, only 3 Gibson House, 2 Kennedys, and 2 McCabe's. So those houses, they're gonna struggle a little bit.
They're going to need some incredible placements. I like the scoring, the fact that you've kept it kills and placements. Like, those are 2 very important aspects, and it's the standard scoring system that most of the Fortnite community uses. So really nice. But the fact that you add in everyone who's here gets points, it starts to accumulate quickly, and especially when the points go like 3 points for 10 to 16, I think you said it was. Like, that's most of your players are going to be able to get there, except for the ones that get knocked out super early. So bringing in a large number of players for your house is going to make a big difference to the overall scores.
Well, that's what I'm hoping as well, is just by participation, because with a lot of the other games, the sports and that learners will play, there's oftentimes points for participation just by having somebody on the field, having somebody run in the athletics race, even if they walk it and come last, still counts towards the house. And that's the competitiveness we're trying to go for with an inter-house event.
Yep, and well done to the two houses that, I think it was two houses that you said,
Yeah.
right, that have really pulled out the numbers. You guys, just for showing up, have made this a big rivalry. So who are the two main houses that we're looking at to put a nice little storyline together for the day?
So we've got Early's, which has around 9 players, and then we've got our Blanksby's, which has 7 players. Now, Early's features one of our top players as well. Early's features Kyle FN, who was on that team that you mentioned that ended up coming 5th.
Oh, experience behind there. Now let's see how well he can do with a couple of lives behind him. I like it. Okay.
We've got, so we got him. We've got Ethan will not be representing a house today, given that he's hosting and all of that. He will just be earning points for Glenwood. I think we're going to count him as presenter points. Silent
nice. Keep him nice and impartial. That is very fair. I like that.
And then we've got.
And how many games are we playing?
So we're going to run 2 of these.
2 Fortnite lobbies right now. Are the guys in? How many people do we have in the lobby? Because I actually want to get into this. I've not seen Reboot before, and just watching this background, I hope you guys are appreciating like the work that's been put in right now. The fact that you're going to have multiple camera angles as much as we can. If there are any problems, obviously let Mam or Kaizen is a good person to chat to. He's helping us along in the stream today, so a big shout out to him on production.
Yes, so as far as I can see, we are going to begin or have begun.
Right, is this the live lobby then? Are we in with this right now?
I think so. I am currently streaming. I am struggling to see names.
Yeah, because we've got 2 storylines that we can now follow throughout the day and see where the kills come in. It doesn't look like he's got the kill feed on right now either, which would help us keep track of exactly who's going down, big names, who's constantly lighting up. Oh, there's a nice kill. The awareness, looking up into the sky to shoot out people. Big props to the new generation and how fast you guys are able to build like the decision-making speed. When you put in hours towards these games, this is a game that has insane skill ceilings towards it.
And this is why I've struggled so much to learn it. The ceiling
The no build mode is actually really fun as just a general battle royale. I've played that a couple of times, and that's quite cool, especially with the variation in terms of the meta and the seasons, etc. Quick building there to get them out of trouble, and it's a lot of resources behind this as well. Actually topping it up quite nicely. Is in the middle of the storm though, so going to be taking damage for a while, as all the time in the world. Slow tick damage though, so it means he would much rather be happy here on the shields. It takes a long run. Yeah, the no build is quite nice, and right now, if you guys don't know, I did check up on this beforehand. We are in the main battle royale is the collaboration with the K-pop Demon Hunters. Very cool movie, I must admit. But back to the normal guns, no weird blasts or anything like that. Everyone's feeling comfortable on what they've got, and some really nice damage. Great use of the impact grenade to close a distance and a single shotgun. A great elimination comes out here. Do we have a confirmation on names of who we're actually watching right now?
I am not seeing. I believe we are watching Kaizen.
Okay, so this is Kaizen right now.
And it looks like Carl might not be joining us today.
Oh, okay. So this is the Kaizen's journey through at least lobby number 1. We'll see if we can get more of the students to jump in and share their screens. This is completely voluntary on their side, so...
Yeah. Let me work on that while everything is happening.
Kaizen, if you can hear us, turn on your kill feed. I don't know if how this works now. I assume because you get the elimination, you still come up, even though you get recruited afterwards. Afterwards, come out there, a couple of minutes. Got to get those shields up and be pressured down. Come on, super sure they got the footsteps on the outside. Things are out there now. It's 45 to the head. Counter that pressure around. Holding again, just topping things up. Nice thing about these. Chug kegs. Shot drops down, back up. Very nice editing to protect the loot. Nice, gets out. Sometimes it's interesting doing a cast from a single player's perspective because you get to learn a lot about their play styles and their general rotations around. And Kaizen has been one of your 18 players as well for a long time, right?
Yep.
Certainly, if you guys are interested, this is Glenwood at its finest. We're here following one of our top players, then I guess, through today's cast. Until we can get other players. Kyle would also be a nice POV stream to go through, but it's always about, right now, so far from what I'm seeing, is Kaizen always prepared to back down, bunker up, and get that top up on the shields, especially. Even when in storm damage before they go into any encounter, and they're dodging. If you don't have the clear shots, dodge, build yourself a nice little wall in between. Don't ego challenge and then take the fight on your own control. Manages to edit through when it takes one shot in that whole fight, and it happened to be the headshot to the opponent. It's really nice. Bit of fight control that Kaizen's showing off here. Mam's running all the admin in the background right now. You got to take the time to appreciate the Fortnite, the beautiful competition that we got in front of us. What house is Kaizen from?
So Kaizen is our non-house allocated player.
Just as the general bot. He's the raid boss that's coming through this Fortnite lobby now.
Correct. Yes, he's here to just take out all houses equally. Right,
so Kaizen in the Batgirl costume is the one you want to avoid. Do not take that fight. It is not worth it. You're certainly not going to be diminishing another house. It also opens up a very interesting dynamic. I assume none of the students have tried to create alliances or, we're 9 people from one house. Let's not target each other. Let's group up if we see, or wear the Sabrina Carpenter outfit or something, and then take over the lobby. Like, that could be a thing, right?
It very much could be. In fact, last year we did tell them to try to dress their characters in the colors of their house to make it easier to identify each other. But that turned out to be kind of difficult for some players. And so we ended up with quite a few mismatchings where players were saving those who did not need to be saved, and they were avoiding their enemies instead of going for their enemies.
You create little imposters there, because now you just dress in the other team's colors and hunt them down. That's brilliant.
Correct.
Oh, the mind games available to you guys. Great bit of pressure from above. Got so many enemies around, though. It's hard to concentrate on one. Gets one nice little 45. Cracks the second one to get the elimination. Kaizen continues now. I know a couple of storms coming in here. I don't actually know what the player count is. I'm struggling to read the text on your stream there, ma'am. So you're going to have to highlight the names and the eliminations going down and see if you can find what happens.
And that is what I am struggling to see, is the elimination names. I'm struggling to see all of the text, to be perfectly honest.
Lovely.
We have been heard.
Make all the numbers big, make all the names huge.
We are not as young as you lot. I am certainly not, and I definitely need to see
Also,
better. My glasses are.
It does flash up quickly, so you've got to be keeping a careful attention to when these eliminators are coming down. Kaizen with such a nice high ground advantage. Look at the tracking consistently going through there. 100 damage together. Starts getting pressure from the other side, so forgets about target number 1 and prioritizes her own life. Gets even higher now in this build battle. Still got a lot of mats from what I can see.
I am starting to see our learners who we have asked to send us on the WhatsApp group screenshots of their placement and kills as they're eliminated, and we're starting to see quite a few of those coming through as well.
Ooh.
So I'm starting to see that's going to start generating points. And a reminder for any of the learners, if you do not send the screenshot and I cannot match your username to your real name, then I
points
cannot
for
give
you.
your house points. Ooh.
I love that. That's such a great impetus to make students take accountability. You want your points? Claim them.
Yeah.
Just takes one message. That's all it takes. So.
Yep. Screenshot it or take a photo of your screen with your phone.
Could not make this easier for you guys. Come on. We can go through some of those at the end. I'm interested to see what the final tally looks like after watching Kaizen and certainly who some of his key targets are and how Kaizen is measuring up in this lobby. Who else is really challenging? You look at that consistency. Oh my God, one clips as the guy's running with the jump in the center. Wastes no time back into the action, knows that he's still healthy on the shield, so can take the next set of high ground, build it up for himself to give him the editing advantage, reloads all the guns and looks for the next target. Oh, Kaizen is playing well. I know he's also in the chat with us right now, so he can hear me, but he's coming through. I'm not trying to give him any advice. I think I'm just appreciating the fight right now. Kaizen's in once more.
I'm just watching our names and we're getting some 4th place.
This grapple is so good.
We got a 6th place out of early, which would give them already 7 points.
Oh. Bounce out, grapple back in. Cute. Using this combination again. Oh, look at that. Over the walls, down through the center of the opponent's build. A really nice bit of maneuverability. Now forces them to take presence in the storm and can build up in the new zone. A couple of seconds to again get some high ground, look for a target. Needs to get some shields back up. Does do that well. Doesn't have the healing to sustain any sort of chip damage from the storm. So we have to just constantly skirt on this edge as the main priority. See someone below him though, so time this jump over the top right. Oh, starts getting some bullets fired in there, decides to stay on the upside, takes to the far ground, gets a nice little chip damage, 30. I believe this might be last 2 or 3 players left.
I think so. We've got a 4th place already, which went to one of the 2 Kennedy players, so they're getting something.
There we go, nice chip damage. I'm pretty sure this is final 2 right now, so really it is Kaizen setting the tempo for the raid boss of this fight and see if anyone can take it out. Grapple up, zips back in, outside, actually gets the flick shots. Oh, Kaizen, that was disgusting. Oh, combining that grenade and the grapple time and time again, and then you actually land that? Madness. And we have a reasoning for why we're following Kaizen today.
Yeah, definitely. So that was our first one. And let me switch.
Okay, gonna take us back to cameras. Let's dissect that. Let's go through a couple of these scores. This is the smile. This is the smile that you guys are putting on my face right now after match number one of a whole day of Interhouse Esports. Love it.
So interestingly, I've just checked the names, and our 2nd place is the person who beat Kaizen last year. So we've got C Monies from Gibson House coming through. One of only 3 players registered for Gibson House, and he managed to come 2nd with 8 eliminations.
Nice, great performance that actually. So it could be just a couple of titans stepping up and carrying the points through at least towards those middle rankings. I think that's going to make a big difference. So,
I think
well played,
yeah.
Monies. You've got a second lobby now to still come back and earn that. That was 2nd place, right? So
yeah.
Okay. What is the final number of kills for Kaizen? I didn't see that at the end screen.
I am not seeing that either. I am just checking the learners are doing things that learners would in fact do.
In fact, cousin, you're in the voice chat with us right now. If you want to unmute and give your little feedback, your thoughts on that first match.
Yes, let me do that. My dog is also demanding attention. Don't mind.
Welcome. I have cats to offer stream. Yeah.
Okay, come boy, come up.
There we go. Hope you guys are having fun. I know chat is disabled, but we appreciate you being here and viewing it. Oh, cool. It's Saturday.
I have unmuted cousin.
Nice. Now it's whether he actually wants to chat to us about that game. That was a really nice little flick shot at the end. But... Okay, so go through some of the screenshots that you guys. Let's do a quick run through of the results while we set up the second lobby.
Okay, scrolling back up, and I've got a 13th place with 1 elimination.
You gotta give name, place, and elimination.
Yeah, so this is where things get interesting. Okay, so we had Georgia's husband, which is just a funny name, came 13th with 1 kill. We have Michelle coming in 10th with 1 kill.
So that'll effectively be like 3 points for placement, 1 for elimination. So looking at like good 4 points towards it. It's a consistency. This is where those are going to really start stacking up.
So far, it looks like Gibson and Kennedy are doing the best as I'm starting to capture these results. Who's this in 7th place? Mikhail, I'm not sure. Mikhail, you are in earlies as well. So that's also adding up for them. Looks like earlies didn't need Carl to win. They might just make it anyways.
Nice. Carl is actually in the match though, still, right?
Nope. Unfortunately, he has had a family situation. And I also have a dog who is now...
Dog situation. This has now suddenly become pet stream, so welcome. Alright, so is lobby number 2 set up? How are we doing with that?
Okay, I am checking.
Do we have more students to stream or follow? I'd be so interested to see if C-Monies would share their screen, but...
I don't think he can, if I remember correctly.
Console players are difficult to follow. It's nice to get to see good old Fortnite action, back to the typical guns. Last time I did Fortnite cast, it was those Jedi blasters. Interesting weapons. But nice to see mobility so back into the game. That's always been a big part of Fortnite. So the grapple hook and how you can use it to time your bounces across the map or move around an enemy up and over. Really nice to see, Kaizen. Very, very good display of what's possible. Very interesting to see what everyone else did. Kaizen mentioned as well that I don't know if all the blades, etc., are from the K-pop people that are in this mode. I doubt it right now. We get to see people slashing around just yet.
Something that I'm quite keen to see is how many more risks they're going to be taking. Because I've already seen.
It kind of comes towards the tempo of this. This is not a game mode I believe that most people play very often. So if you're still in the mentality of my one life matters, I have to do well in this battle royale, you're going to miss out on a lot of early kills, and then you're going to actually die with lives in hand because towards the last couple of zones you stop rebooting. So you don't want to run in with 3 lives into the final end zone unless you've taken as many chances as possible to put pressure on your opponents.
I do also think that with there being a smaller number of them, they really are going to be going after their friends who they recognize and know. Yeah,
and you know, at this stage, you can can put a lot of pressure very quickly on opponents, but there's also timings for that. So I wonder that the players who got eliminated too early were perhaps charging into things, going, oh, I have an infinite number of lives, it doesn't matter if I die, and going, oh, okay, well, now I'm stuck with half a life, no kits, no weapons to go into the final zone against people who were taking a more methodical approach. So it's always that little sweet spot in the center that you got to worry about.
The maturity and the wisdom. That's it, the wisdom to know when exactly to be going for it.
It comes with experience. So talk to me, if you are not busy setting up the lobby, I'm interested to know about like where your Fortnite students range in terms of their age, their grades. How many matrix are you going to be losing at the end of this year?
Well, we lose our two best ones. The first and second place, both matrix. Out they go. Today we've got 3 grade 11s coming through, and one of them actually not really into Fortnite that much. He'll play it every once in a while, but Valorant and CSGO are his main game. CSGO.
He must be dangerous though coming into Fortnite then, because those aim skills track really well. When you're devastating in a game where you die in a second or like a quarter of a second, suddenly this game becomes very short time to kill for you.
Well, that's part of it as well. I mean, I'm looking at it. We do have a lot of grade 8s at the moment. We've got quite a few. I'm just giving a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's half of them are grade 8s.
Love to see that, where you're coming into high school and now like jumping in with an established esports department. And congratulations, I believe you handed out a couple of nice awards to your guys right now. Well done to them who've earned their way onto esports colors. It's such a cool introduction and acceptance of schools in this way. So well done.
Yeah, we had our first ever colors and then half colors as well as merit certificates recently, which is completely new for Glenwood High School. We had some pretty stringent requirements that the learners had to meet, because you can't just be getting colors for the sake of it. So we had some pretty strict requirements, but overall I'm pretty pleased with those who did get. Some of them just missed it, unfortunately. We had one team who, had they just won that last match, just that last match, they would have qualified for half colors, but unfortunately that's not the way it went. You have to place. You can't just play. Participation is not for trophies anymore.
Motivation for next year. You just missed out on it. Work that a little bit harder. You're close to it, and another years of experience, you've got a good shot at it. So keep working, guys.
Yep, I mean, hopefully we can have a lot more winning teams next year. We're definitely looking pretty good. Some of our junior teams are looking pretty good. In our other games, so in Valorant and in CSGO, we don't have matrix in those games. So whilst Fortnite loses 2 of our best, our other games are only leveling up.
And I mean, even in Fortnite, it looks like the depth goes strong. We've got a couple of nice grade 11s. So I'm interested to see who steps up now to take this. C Money, please tell me that's not one of your...
He is, unfortunately. He is.
So it's Kaizen and C Money right now. Well, you got Carl in the background then, I guess. And who else is going to step up today? All right, please tell me we have our second lobby up and running right now.
We are nearly ready. Our third best player, one of our well, maybe not third. I'm not sure how to rank them.
Yeah, careful about ranking after this point onwards right now.
Yeah, I'm not good at ranking. So let's just say one of our top players, who was also part of the first team, has just needed to restart his device. So he's just restarting. He started that process 3 minutes ago. So he should be just about ready.
Okay, SSTs for the win.
to join us. And then we will be able to give it a go. And in the meantime, 2 more players have actually managed to get themselves into the lobby.
Nice.
Sometimes they do struggle with the code. And we are going to be starting soon. I am going to transition across to Kaizen's view for us.
Kaizen, is it possible to get the kill feed on? Yeah, on the top corner of, yeah, so we can keep track, or like number of players left in the lobby and that, all that information. Where is it? Like top center? No. No, we can. Bottom left? No, can't see it. That's so weird. How did you feel about that first game, by the way? You were popping off there. That last flick shot was disgusting.
Could have gotten more games though. That's the only downside.
And now, how do you feel about like the guys coming up after you? What's your words of wisdom to the players now that you've got some room to flex? What's your wisdom to pass down to the upcoming players in your Fortnite squads?
If you see an echo skin, just run.
Okay, there's the wisdom where I was calling you the raid bots of that first round because you don't get house points right now, so you're very much just the neutral entity running around causing chaos and killing people.
Yeah, that is true.
Alright, best of luck for this. I obviously won't distract you for the rest of it, but no, we can't see your HUD at all. That's very weird. You can see like your health, etc. I assume Mam's still with us.
I am here. I am trying to see if I can improve the quality I can see.
Nice, I'll let you work on that. Yeah, Kaizen back with his grapple already, got himself stacked up with a couple of grenades. Love those. Correct names. I don't even have chat to help me on this. The shockwave grenades, I believe it is. Oh, there's the ramen kind of that collaboration. 50 health for shields. Decides not to go for it to carry a health pack. That's so interesting right now. Guess he's got the wrong. Priority right now, I would say, is just getting up weapons. Not great inventory to try to take with these sort of challenges. Just getting grenade after grenade, continues to use them to just mobilize himself around the map. So good. And then with the flow berries, that extra distance on it, and whee! It's mad distances that you're traveling. If you have to try to run that. Oh, got an engagement there. Fights, gets a couple of bolts. Ooh, makes it difficult for us. When actually baits him up onto it, and then over the top, cuts off his line of sight, elimination, and picks up a huge inventory with that. Oh my goodness. Oh, the power of being able to take these fights with grey weapons against purples like this. It's not about the gun.
Although having a good gun doesn't hurt.
No, it makes it easier. It doesn't bridge the gap. You can't buy skill, but you can buy all the equipment behind skill. Another engagement right now. Big old death from above gets a couple of shots. Nice brick stairs in the way. Block the line of sight. Decides to take off angle. Lost the line of sight now. Reload, but doesn't want to take the pressure off. Ramen to get the shields back up. Sees their opponent constantly eliminated. I didn't even see the shot go off. Was that like fall damage potentially? I don't know what happened, but he just died. All right, so There's the inventory stacked up that you needed. Now you can start looking for more kills. And this is one of the marks that we see of a really good player that I've been seeing through the schools league is once you've got the kill, once you've got all the loot that you need, do that as quickly as possible. But then don't wait around for 5 minutes trying to figure out what to do next. It's off to the next one. Spots out one. Mikhail in the bushes goes down. Not even a return fire shot onto the next target now. Across the bridge, sees one just on this close side. Goes up. Pretty exposed position if anyone else is lingering around this bridge position. So, oh, sees the shots there. Managed to start the engagement on a good footing. Tries to go through, edits, 1 shot, 2 shots. All it takes, and 1 more claims. Still without dropping a reboot. I love the consistency of the inventory. Just keeps the grenades for mobility. Seems to have dropped the grapple right now, which is an interesting choice for this. Keeping the flowberry fizz, maybe looking to pick up a grapple a little later. Right now, just favoring the mobility. This edits gets 1 shot up and now can go down. Oh, dropping down the other side of the mountain, but immediately realizing this and flowberry shockwaving to the other side. Chase it down. Make sure to always take the engagement when ready. Drops down, 88. Bounces out, comes up to the side. Bounces back a little bit. Shockwaves forward. Sees the opponent running. Keeps shockwaving. You're not going anywhere. 1 more chunk of damage to the head. Completely cracked. Basically need any sort of impact right now. And it becomes a little bit of a build battle. Even decides to stop and have a snack. Just take the engagement when you're ready. You're acting fast in your opponent. You'll finish and then actually top it all the way up. Shoot, I'm gonna do restock after this, although it's time for your opponent to now also heal up and get such a good advantage. Mind games here, really respecting the opponent, not charging in at any stage. 0 risk plays for now. With 2 reboots, I would have thought he played a little bit more aggressive, but takes the time. That is incredibly patient from Kaizen.
Giving them an opportunity.
I do not play in these lobbies for a reason. I would have made all the wrong decisions there. He gets his grapple. Nice. Doesn't need to carry grenades anymore. Getting flowberry fizz and grapple. Can literally suction cup his way across the map. Finds one, starts the engagement, doesn't get any hits off, so it needs to back off, take the time, and get some noodles. Sees what moves his opponent's going to make, and the opponent actually tries to take towards the hills, giving Kaizen all the freedom, and now going to close down. I've seen this movie a couple of times. Does not give up, picks up another almond along the way, that'll be really good. So much flow fizz, just enough. Keeps the eyes going. His opponent in a while, so there's a chance that this could be. It comes down to game sense right now. Sees the footsteps on the other side. Constantly changing angles. What? There we go. Gets the space now. Starts shooting. Confirms mid-air. There is just a singular mentality coming out from Kaizen when it comes to that. I love how the physics on the grapple works going down. You fall off a building, so you suction cup downwards and it makes you travel slower or take less damage. Sure. Physics.
Video game logic.
Video game. Kaizen now going towards the loot, mainly looking for people who are a bit distracted by it, can put in damage. We could have got a bit closer there. It starts off with a small lead. Starting to box him in a little bit. No shock. Picked up a couple more shockwaves. It does have the ability now to get out of that and combine it. Nice 70 damage from above. Battle for the high ground goes in so quick over the top, just leapfrogs there. Trying to run away. It works if you've got a strategy in mind for when you're going to turn the pressure around, but just constantly running as in hurting his opponent higher and higher into the sky. One shot, 96. One more shot should really do it right now if it's a good headshot. Otherwise, just again, slowly, opens it up. Suckers back onto the high ground. His opponent thinks they've created some space. Completely cracked on whites, while Kaizen's taken a total of 8 damage. It just has not been return fire. Again. Shockwave's out, actually. Realizing his opponent has made some distance. Shoots through the walls of the builds. There's really no rushing this little mind game. This is more of a death by 1,000 cuts. Managing inventory mid-fight like this as well. Oh, you're gonna stay in your box. Okay, sees the new box being built. Nice. Through the window. Finally gets another kill. And with still 2 full reboots and almost an entire perfect inventory, aside from the 8 shields missing right now, I think Kaizen's setting up for a pretty dominating finale.
Well, I've got 13th, 12th, and 11th all scored in to give 11 points, all of which go to a house early.
Nice.
So waiting to see what other results come in for this game, and we'll see how those scores start looking.
Yep. That's the thing about like what Kaizen's doing right now. He's also thinning out the map, so there's not as many eliminations available for anyone to make a dramatic, big, impactful swing in terms of the points later. I now start spotting people out in the storm. How do you even see that? And then decides to go for the loot afterwards. Spots the player inside.
Setting up our COD Mobile to start after this ends. So I've been a bit quiet in the back end whilst I've been getting the learners signed up. Our first COD Mobile match up is between Blanksby and Early, our 2 biggest houses here in Fortnite as well. So it will be interesting to see.
Really challenging for the crown here today. And what time are we going to get to that? About 4:30, if anyone's interested. Maybe a little after that, 4:45. Again, setting him up for a dramatic late game ending here. Again, I think that's just 2 or 3 players. Oh, 3 on the right there. 3 players left. Kaizen on 14 kills already. Oh, what a big shot around the corner. Eliminates 1. Starts to get the damage on the other. Got high ground control over the top. Actually, the 2 of them trade places. His opponent ends up in the storm, has to desperately come back in. And Kaizen still with full shields, a little bit of damage to the HP. It's an opponent who was down to whites. Has taken the time now to finish this off. Kaizen Did go for a decent attempt at a heel off. So I see, the speed of this is madness. How do you track where you're going? Just skirts around the outside, running circles, turns and finishes it. Absolutely outsteps the opponent, picks up the second victory around the world, and the house points are up for grabs. But in terms of champion of Fortnite here at Glenwood, I think we have an answer to that, ma'am.
Yep, it was a very seldom asked question, but it was in fact answered nonetheless.
Well done to Kaizen, especially there at the end for proving that he can come back after C Money's victory last year and re-establish his name as #1 in Fortnite here. Very interested to see what the final points tally comes out there. So ma'am, are you doing separate points tallies for Fortnite and for COD Mobile, or is this all one overall esports points?
It will be overall one. Divided into the two will just be largely for us when we are sharing this after the fact. During an assembly, I'd like to be able to then say, for this house, these players scored the most points and these teams did the most for that house. You know, just to really give them back that feedback.
Recognition for stepping
Yes.
up for you guys. So, looking forward to it. Kaizen, the player who's come out with the best names, but very interested to see where the points come in. I can imagine C Money would have done a lot in that previous round as well.
Yeah, so
Kaizen bar really there. See how close the rest of you guys came to that.
we are definitely going to be seeing something interesting coming from there at least.
Right, and then we got 4 teams right for the COD Mobile, and that's going to be round robin where they each play each other once, or
Yes.
just you play 4 matches.
Yes.
Yes.
So, let's see. And we'll now switch over to our screen that says Interhouse COD Mobile. And leave the Fortnite in the past for now. And I can check on my COD Mobile is now the one that I get the pleasure of hosting. And I'm looking to see, are the learners in the right teams? So we should have blue for early and red for Blanksby. For early, I've got Jester, I've got 2 Jacks, I have got the Crasher, and I've got Iniso. I am missing 1 player for early.
Early's in blue, right?
Early's in blue. And then playing red is going to be Blanksby. And there I have Go Get a Blue. We have Fishy. We have somebody who I don't have. Interesting.
Interesting.
I'm gonna have to come back for this one. And then we've also got an early's player who has put himself into Blanksby. So we're going to kick him. And let's see the name that I don't have here. So to give some background information, learners had to submit to me their real names and their gamer tags so that I could marry the two and ensure that we had the people who are supposed to be there.
In the right teams.
In
Not
the
difficult
right
admin, guys.
teams, and also actively playing for the right, for the right teams, and not somebody who is not part of the school, for instance, coming in and trying to get lucky that way. Now, why is this one? Okay, I'm going to have to go into their WhatsApp.
Try and track it down. So, correct me if I'm wrong, this is pretty standard 5v5 eliminations, right? Whoever
Team
gets the
deathmatch.
most kills at the end of the round wins the game.
We are doing a kill limit of 20 and a time limit of 7 minutes. So it'll be the first team to 20 kills. or
Okay.
the team with the most kills in 7 minutes. I think we're going to get to 20 kills a heck of a lot faster.
Yeah.
Because we are going to
Yeah,
be
that's a
playing.
quick pace.
Yeah. Nuketown is the map we are using.
Okay, old favorite right there. Nuketown is the standard since basically COD mobile multiplayer has existed. So
Yes.
that's some brightly colored.
Well, I know I personally used to enjoy it before COD was able to run on a cell phone back in those days when COD was a lot more when resources weren't as easily available on all our devices.
Yeah, the original COD that I played on my computer like originally stretched the limits, and the COD mobile graphics are better by leaps and bounds than that. So when cell phones are stronger than the computers that we used to play on, you can mobile gaming has really taken off. It's a very impressive aspect, and if you guys are not really sure where COD Mobile and why we're playing this one, mobile gaming makes up 2/3 of the world's markets. So it's twice as big as every other console and PC and everything combined in terms of market share. So mobile gaming, massive player base. So a really cool way for the schools to embrace that with COD Mobile. I know ACGL also does a lot of big tournaments with that. So there's quite a nice future in terms of COD Mobile in the professional scene in South Africa. Cool to see it highlighted here. Very interested. I've never played it. I've played the mobile one just a little bit, but never like dived into it in all that much depth. So I'm interested as to how many of your players have like either a controller plugged into it, which in my opinion is cheating, or those little finger grip things.
That's something I was also curious about, is how many of our players were going to be playing with controllers. I now have 4 blank spees and 4 earlies who are logged in. I have found out the unknown player name is somebody who I now know. So I am just missing a 1 blank speed player and 1 early player. So
Either that would turn us into 4v4. We're not here in the next 2 minutes.
yeah, they've got just a couple of seconds at this point. Let's see. What is happening though is some of these learners have changed their usernames.
This is part of what high school esports is about, is getting young people to get used to registration processes. And if you miss your check-in time, you don't get to play the match that week. So
Yeah.
you got to learn these tricks somewhere. And hopefully it's not in a very big important tournament where you're laying down an important team.
I mean, we will see who is ready to start at the start of our time. So we just have a couple of seconds left.
Yeah.
1 minute I'll give them.
This is where the guys got to frantically message each other. Where are you?
Yep.
I don't think at 4:30 I slept in a bit counts anymore, but this is holiday time now, so that could very well be a possibility.
I am also seeing, yes, we are correct on the WhatsApp group. One of our learners has said that one of our players is in the wrong house. In fact, one of the early players has signed up to join Blanksby. So,
I'm literally giving points to the opposition at that stage.
off he needs to move back to early, in which case early will have 5 players to Blanksby's 3. And props to Blanksby, because it was a Blanksby player who let us know this.
That's sweet of them. Yeah, you've summed up with what you got. So this is interesting. I wonder if 3 good players could actually be better than 5 in just a pure number of kills game. Because if you are dying less, your KDA will be better. So there is actually a chance. Is that a new viable strat? People gaming the system.
Okay, we are just waiting for this player to move, and then we are going to get started. Players move, and I'm going to hit start. We've got players not ready.
Well, do you want to turn on to the game screen? Let's see
Yes.
what this lobby looks like. Who we have up for grabs from these two teams. It's also interesting because I don't know any players from your school when it comes to the COD Mobile. Have you seen a lot from these guys? Are there big names we should be looking out for?
We have had some players in the past who did pretty well, but we haven't had any recently doing quite as well. So I am also interested to see what ends up happening with them. Okay, I have got us ready
Nice.
to go.
Is there a way to make that slightly bigger? I think that might be.
I can only try.
Don't stress too much. Nice. That actually works.
Are
Yes. Okay.
Are we big enough?
The Jester, Jack's Rock Slide, the Crasher, Quinson, and
Huh?
Killer. There's no way I'm reading that number
No.
out loud. Versus Morris Guna. Guys, your names. Gogeta Blue and Fishy. That's adorable. Okay. Let's see what this COD Mobile shenanigans is all about. I'm excited.
Okay, and I am. What is happening? Why is my cast not casting? Okay. I'm just going to start. Nope, I can see YouTube is now showing me nothing.
Okay, there we go.
Okay,
I
YouTube
can
is showing me
see things again.
Okay. Apologies, everybody. And let's hit start. Waiting for 2 players now.
Oh, we got a late join in here. Okay, I like it. Blank Speed getting some reinforcements.
Let's see. I was waiting. Who is Stay Humble? Stay Humble, you are part of House Kennedy. You do not need to be playing now. Best 1055.
Do you have any teams that are like 1 or 2 players only that have signed up?
So we had McCabe, which only had 3, but we've got a couple of extra players. Early's, for example, had a 7th player willing to join. And Kennedy's also had a bonus player willing to join. So they're going to be filling in McCabe's because, you know, the boys are ready, they're willing. Why not play?
I think so. Maybe don't give them credit for, or actually no, they can still get credit for their house if they win, right? I mean, give them a shot, even if they're not playing with their teammates.
Yeah, split the points maybe. We will see. Okay, we are hitting start.
Nice. You could even just do it like where you shuffle everyone into random teams and then get them to play, and you just win for being on a team that wins, right? And you earn points like that. Kind of like Fortnite points that tally
Yeah.
up together.
Definitely something to think of in the future. We are starting off with
Okay. We
Blue
are
view?
in
which means we're looking at earlies.
Quinzo, I think.
So, Aniso
Quinito.
is the first person we're watching. He is the eldest in this game, if I'm not mistaken. At grade 10.
Grade 10. So very popular with the youth then. Looking for his quick scoping. Such fluid movement, this has to be controller. Well, actually this might not be controller. I like this. Going through there, just one boy yellow player. We don't have red and blue anymore, so I think it's
Blue
is
is
blue
still blue.
early.
Yeah, blue is still early, and then orange is now, I guess, red at blank speed.
Waiting for the match to start, I think. There we go.
Okay, 20 kills, 7 minutes, and knife out,
good.
because we know that we have faster movement speed with knives than with guns.
Pretty standard first-person mechanics. So
Yeah.
run into that neutral zone, see how this quick scoping works out here for Kunisa. Oh no, there goes one. Get a couple of nice early kills on the board here for early. Take the aggressive positioning now towards the opponent's spawn as well. Jumps out there straight into the gunfire and turned around for Blanksby.
And now we'll have a look at somebody from Blanksby here starting out. A couple of throwables getting used.
Morris Guna in the cams right now. It's one kill, gets flanked by two on the left. Takes one down then. Creates a bit of damage.
Let's have a
Very
look
even game.
now, and we follow somebody new.
First of 20 kills is going to be quick right now. No chance we're getting to that 7 minutes. Kills tally up very quickly here for the side of Blanksby. Oh, using this aggressive positioning nicely. Morris Guna decides to get back, rotate angles around, make sure that the line is solid. Pushes forward, gets a nice rotational angle. Oh, turning around is not good. Now you pinch it.
Let's have a look and see what's going on with the Jester. Jester having, it appears, 4 kills.
Oh, there's the 20 kills. Up. Blanksby takes round.
And you were saying, what do we think that 3 players could do against 5? It turns out, enough.
Yep.
That's for certain. Let me go back to us, our faces, and get those on screen. So, that was our first match, going to Blanksby for the win.
Really nice play. They're fast, but not chaotic as I expected. See so many people running around at this level with no real clear indication that they're paying attention to their teammates. There was the nice bit of like, I'm going to push forward, I got some kills, and then I'm going to turn around and make sure everyone else is alright. I don't want to be flanked at any stage and have people just running around. Keeping really nice awareness of that, and such a nice rally after the beginning there. Early took a great start.
So we're gonna have Blanksby is only coming back on in there'll be 2 more matches and then the next Blanksby match. Our next match is gonna be Early versus Kennedy. So Early will stay where they are in blue, and joining in the red/orange will now be Kennedy. So our players who are Blanksby in the red/orange need to move themselves over to spectators.
Nice.
And I've got friend requests now still coming in. No?
Get a feeling in a couple of these matches we're going to be very close to those 2020 score lines. There at the halfway mark, I think it was 10-10. It was pretty deadlocked. It just kind of comes down to one push then.
And that's honestly the best way to do this, I think. Let's get it down to as close as possible. Really make it down to the wire.
So do we have a full squad for Kennedy right now?
Right now, we are very confused with what squads are what. We have unknown names, and I am kicking people who their names do not match what I've been told their names are, simply because I cannot verify who you are. So unless you're going to tell me your changed name on the WhatsApp group, you're going to be removed. I've got...
So simple, guys. So simple.
I've got 3 players for Kennedy's up and ready. I am missing 2 Kennedy's players, and now also missing 2 Early's players. All they needed to do was stay, but here we are.
The instruction is do nothing, and you still mess it up.
And we've luckily just finished marking the tricks, so at least this wasn't that. we're on to 4 earlies and 2 Kennedys. I am giving them another minute because the dead space of just waiting on them each time between matches. We've got 6 to go, guys. You need to be
We're
ready.
running this fast for a reason.
Yes.
Just stick around. It's not that hard. You can even bring TikTok up on the other screen if you need to. Just don't do anything. Or
Yeah.
grab some water. If you guys have been with us the whole time, we appreciate your support. Up today's Glenwood High 2nd annual Interhouse Esports event. Love it.
Yep. We also currently have 8 concurrent viewers. So hello to the 8 of you. It's been pretty high. It does tend to go down between matches, I've noticed. I won't take it personally.
It's really cool though that there are supporters coming in here, whether you're friends of the people who are playing or you put it on your second screen. Maybe there's a couple of parents or teachers or principals out there that are busy watching this, which is really cool. So glad that you're doing this. And if there are potential talent scouts out there, maybe hypothetically it'll happen someday. There are people starting to take notice of the school esports scene.
And there is definitely growth going into a more professional setting for this. So
Yep.
I now have a full team for earlies, 2 players for Kennedys, and
Should be interesting.
okay, one of them is saying he just needs me to invite him. Let's try this again. My guy, you've been invited several times. I'm not seeing Beetlejuice or Cruz, who are both Kennedys. King Sniper I saw on earlier, but he seems to have gone offline now. So we're down there. I am going to get started on this match and we will see
Yep.
who ends up joining in. Let us
Get a nice little
transition
timer
across.
for the screen. Whew, 2v4.
2v4.
I still can't believe that Early's lost a player in between rounds.
It's an interesting time to be here.
Yeah, on the other side we have Best and Psych. Also the number of numbers behind these names. Are there really that many Psychs in the world? 576. That is not ready.
Okay, it looks like we are ready and we are going to get started. So
Nice.
we've got
Okay.
4 earlies versus 2 Kennedys.
This is back to Nuketown, right?
Back to Nuketown. All matches will
Is
be
that it?
played on the same map.
Nice. Very simple ones. You know, the big center street takes up a lot of precedence in this. If you can take the early fight or win the first engagement, you can kind of cross that and it gives you a buffer zone to back up into a bit of open ground to create some kill box crossfires. So it's a big part about this, but with 2 people on your team, it kind of changes the dynamic a little bit. I wonder if they're just going to be playing a little bit more protective. It's kind of going to be changing angles, I think, a lot more. You cannot afford to hunker down because your opponents can always 2v1 into your sidelines. Here with Best missing a couple of the angles and now unfortunately being pressured heavily by 2 of his opponents. Can't get the tracking around, and I think Early's got a good shot of taking this.
Although we do already have 2 kills by Psych over here. So
How many times do you pull off the 2v1? It's about the consistency of this. Yeah, you can play the hero plays, but can you do it?
Although, double kill.
Oh, Mike, yeah.
Third.
Psych's actually doing work, yeah. streaks are a real thing here. Gonna be hard here for any of the early players to get up some decent kill streaks. So
Oh, we got, was that 7? 6? Ah, 7 now. And
needs to go.
it
Finally
had to
goes
end
down.
at some point. But Syke seems to be doing quite well there. Let's have a look at Jester again. Haven't seen Jester in a while. Maybe
Just
we're
trying to
bad
get too
luck for him.
close there. Yeah, spots out his opponent, but keeps running for a couple of seconds. Maybe thinking he's gonna get some fire against him, but it's not the synergy that we need to see coming out here from early if they want to take down these two little rogue agents. If you plan and coordinate your attacks, I mean, this is Call of Duty. It's a lot faster. Nice, good kill coming out there from
Got a bit of a
Jack's
surprise
rock
there.
slide, I think.
Let's have a look at Crasher. Oh, that was it, 20.
That's it.
That was it for Kennedy's getting 20 kills to Blankspies. Sorry, to Early's, what was that, 9?
Yeah, I think they just got over 10. So I think they're on about 11 by the end of that round. But yeah, it seems to be the name of the game is small, coordinated attack squads are more potent than a big team running around. We're gonna end up this day with like a tactical 1v1 or something.
At this point, I
You've
am
changed
not
up.
sure. We now have Kennedy versus McCabe. So Kennedy will stay in the yellow-red. And McCabe joins in blue. And let's see if we can have our learners figure this one out. Remember, earlies, you can move across into spectate. You do still have one
Don't
more
leave
match
the whole
coming up.
lobby. You will be back.
Okay, and now I need to. No friend requests, people. And I just do invite on all of them because I don't really know if I'm supposed to or not. There we go. You have all been invited.
Proof is there.
It is there. And we shall see who gets to be there. And we can
Okay, let's
switch-
set the time. It's now what 13 minutes to in 3 minutes time. Let's see who is available online.
I think you're being kinder than I am.
Oh, jeez.
They should have all been on at 4 o'clock.
Oh, so they're not 2 minutes to go. They're 48 minutes late.
Correct, correct. So we are going to see now what that does. I'm going to give it a minute. I don't want more than a minute between here. Syke remained and Best remained, and then we've got a third Kennedy's player joining of Stay Humble.
Why has Killer stayed in the same spot for every one of our matches?
There we go.
There we go. Hang on.
That's all right. We can bring him back in when it's time for him again. And in the McCabe section, I do have Melzar is playing on behalf of McCabe's. He is
Okay.
actually an early's player, but he is playing on behalf of McCabe's for this match. The actual 3 McCabe's players seem to have some difficulty getting in here. Let's see, who do we have of their players? Pyromaniacs, seen 32 minutes ago, so he's offline.
Hmm.
And then there are 3 others that we are waiting for, and I am not seeing them. Nope, they have not added me as friends at the moment. Still no requests. So right now, the only thing we have is an early player representing McCabe's versus 3 Kennedy players. I'm going.
I mean, they have they have the option to do the funniest thing right now, but I don't know if that's a viable matchup.
I'm gonna let them go for it.
Okay.
Why not? See what goes.
So Stay Humble has now joined the Best and Psych squad. So Kennedy with more players than they had in the previous round versus the smallest team we have seen thus far of one player. Good luck getting any sort of kill streaks up.
And in the next, so this matchup we've got Kennedy versus McCabe's. Next we will have McCabe versus Blanksby, which is interesting. Because those are the two smallest teams, but so far we seem to be doing pretty well. What happened here?
I think it's just a loading lobby while everyone's coming in. Game hasn't started yet. But it seems like our McCabe player has
Has disappeared, is
Yeah.
what I'm seeing.
It seems to be. Wait, nope, there we go. Melzar. Let's go to Melzar's point of view. I'm interested to see this from the solo player running into the trio.
Ready to fight, I see. Boxing gloves at the ready.
Worst melee weapons to bring into war ever. Okay, gets the speed out there. Can take a decent angle. Decides to play aggressive. Gets one out and immediately traded. I'm interested to see how Melzar is going to change this up as they go. You know, do you take a cheeky angle and then funnel your opponents towards you? Decides to keep going aggressive. Decides to jump out into the open. Plenty of work. Just gonna get me down. I don't think the play here is the solo is to jump out into the potential cross angle and then try to shoot your way out. That's skill number one there. Opponents have got to see your position right there, and there we go.
Yeah, I think maybe being a little bit more stealthy, which is not really the Call of Duty way, might just be the wiser play.
There we go. Gets one, gets two. Long way around now, has to wrap back. Okay. How many times can you do this? Get spotted out, dies, right? So there's the trade-off. You get 2 kills on sometimes, you get 1 on most times, and you get 0 on the rest. So balances out. They're trading out 1v1. I think this could be the close game, but as we see Kennedy starting to adapt and realizing that they got to play this in the numbers. There we go.
Yeah.
Starting to get the hang of this.
Kennedy is starting to push together as a team as opposed to being individual.
If at worst case you trade out 1v1, that's a good thing. And then at best you get a couple of extra solo kills. They get caught out. Spots one, gets taken out. Did like the attempt at being stealthy, but it almost needs to be a long-term stealth thing where you got like a sniper rifle and you start camping corners and then taking them out and then changing positions, taking them out before they even realize where you are. Nice little rally comes out though from Melzar. There's the doorway. There we go. That's what they're coming out there. So now that you've got the vision advantage, then you can chase, but here's your risk. 2 points to the better. Yeah, Kennedy.
Anyone?
This one. Dodges. Nice. Wasted. 2. Gets another. Hero plays. Madness. Okay.
He has just cleared the team. Melzar doing fantastic work.
You know, I can see why 2 or 3 players over a full 5-man squad would have some sort of advantage, but one player should not be able to win this. It's going to be a hard road, but has given themselves at least 1 point buffer.
I will say last year we did have a single player who was able to beat out each other team at the end of the day. One of our players wanted to challenge all the teams. And with some time left over, we thought, why not? And he 1v'd each and every team.
one good player can make the difference. Especially if you can get a streak of good luck and then get those kill streaks on. Gets one kill, cut down. Still 2 to the better here, Melzar. 7 kills to go.
7 for Melzar or 9 deaths. Will he get shot 9 times? Or will he manage to shoot 6 more?
I like this a little bit better, right? The hit and run play now. Force out your opponents to come towards you. Pick the wrong doorway there, but the idea was right. It's kind of like push forward, catch them by surprise, get back, and bait them into you. Seems to be the Melzar way right now. It's sliding past that central line, and Sykes has been doing such a good job. Was I would say MVP of the last match.
I mean, just looking at our numbers, and Syke with 6 kills, we've got Stay Humble with 5 and Best with 2, so they've all managed to at least once take out Mel. Now Mel, ooh,
yeah.
Mel's struggling a bit now.
It's great map control. Turning 1 kill into 2 or 3 now as you pinch, and you know where your opponent's going to be spawning, so you get 3 people set up around that spot. Takes an aggressive line there and crossfire.
Yeah.
I think that's the secret, right? In one of these engagements, or whenever you've got the numbers advantage in a shooting game, whoever your opponent is shooting at, your main job is stay alive. So jiggle a lot, do your AD strafing, or I don't know what the equivalent is in COD Mobile. Your wiggle strafing, crouch a bunch, crouch spam. Just stay alive, so your teammate has got the time to kill your opponent, like when they're undistracted. Balance that aggression, but Melzar doing well right now. Isolating targets, takes the lead with only 3 to go. Decides to take the high ground. Season through the window.
Evened out.
This isn't a win by 2 or anything like that, is it?
Nope. First to 20. So it is just a
Could be one of the first times we also see the
or a minute
timer run out. Yeah.
So we've actually got just 1 minute left of the 7-minute timer.
Oh. 2 again. 60 seconds. So actually spots one. Let's got the lead on them now. See it for now. Decides to try for the wallbang, doesn't get it. Now giving away the position. Can't afford to peek this window too aggravatingly. But it's rotated, that's 1 piece.
30 seconds.
It's who gets the next kill.
It is
Oh, this is the close match we wanted.
down to the wire.
Melzar has a better advantage here. This is actually the time we can catch one out of guard. They decided in the streets gets the kill. Melzar actually pulls off the 3v1.
What a phenomenal ending there. That was quite something. Certainly something
Yep.
unexpected there. We were not predicting a Melzar win.
The hypothesis keeps standing true there. It seems to have the less number of people you have on your team, the better you can do. But that came down to some big hero plays. I mean, there was one time when we saw Melzar get 4 kills in quick succession. That was such a nice bit of aggro and constantly changing position. Certainly very aware of the dangers of playing on your own, I think.
And now I add and invite everybody back in for our next matchup. And our next matchup is between McCabe and Blanksby.
Nice.
So Blanksby coming back again. They were in our first matchup in red. McCabe's also in, and it looks like we're gonna put Blanksby's house color is red. So perhaps let's keep Blanksby on red and ask McCabe to go into blue. So McCabe go Special Forces, Blanksby go Guerrillas, please.
Alright, let's go through the results so far. And our first game was early versus Blanksby, and Blanksby won that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Second game was early versus Kennedy, and early won that.
No, second game Kennedy won.
Kennedy won that. So early's down 2 games already.
Early's down 2 games.
Then
Blank
McCabe
Speed,
versus Kennedy, McCabe won.
Yeah, so Kennedy's won 1, lost 1. McCabe's played 1, won 1. Blank Speed's played 1, won 1. So we are down to, well, we're not, we have our 2 teams that have not yet lost.
Alright. And one of them was the trio versus a solo again, I think. If we see what this is.
And we will see.
I'm enjoying this COD Mobile thing. This is high action, absolute chaos.
It's quite a fun game for that. And being mobile, more learners have access to it.
And I can see that there are definitely people using controllers, but the fact that you can use your phone as a full mobile gaming system and then plug a controller into it, I kind of dig it. Just because you can't have a full TV set up with PlayStation or anything like that.
So one of our players from Blanksby who could not make it last time has now made it this time. So we've got 4 Blanksby players up in the lobby. And then McCabe, I have... What's happening? McCabe's? What is going on with you?
Wait, wasn't Melzar the player from McCabe? Wasn't that originally a Blanksby player?
He was originally an early player. Representing McCabe's. Jester, you are an early's player. You are not on this one. We kick you. There are many early's players who have just come back. That might be me. That might be me accidentally adding them in. Melzar, don't leave. You're McCabe's best shot here.
The one person that they really do need.
And Paro, we really need you to join in. You're the only other player who has signed in for McCabe's, and you actually are of House McCabe. King Sniper still not online, lost online 32 minutes ago, so that's him out. 2 Jacks, this is not your match. Thank you. Okay, I've invited Melzar. No, Crasher, still not your match.
I think let's go to the lobby screen and see who's actually in here.
Yes.
So we can track to see what this looks like.
Yes, definitely a good idea. I keep forgetting that my camera is here, and all that the viewers are seeing is my forehead for a large period of time. We'll transition across.
There we go.
And
look
at
at those fancy graphics.
Nobody currently in for McCabe's, who, except the Crasher, who has now joined this for the third.
That's a Blanksby player, isn't it?
The Crasher is an early player. They're 3 matches away.
Just excited to get back into this. For any viewers at home, this is the general state of what it's like being a teacher and trying to get things organized.
We do have a wonderful saying that teachers will know and identify with, but we do like to say that getting learners to participate in something that is any kind of bigger activity is somewhat like herding cats.
Yes.
You're mostly asking and encouraging and then being patient.
There is a point where there is no more you can do. You just have to leave it up to them to go, yes, do this one thing. Can I get you to do the one thing? Press that button at this time. Okay. But you can't guarantee it. So, interesting to see. So McCabe there's Melzar at least. Melzar's back.
And we just need Pyro. Okay, Pyro has joined. Go get a blue. You're good. Okay, start. Before any of you have a chance to unready.
We're locked in. Okay, Melzar now with a teammate behind them in Pyro.
And an additional teammate for Blankspies. They were 3, now they are 4.
2v4. Alright, so the undefeated teams. Certainly with Blankspy with one of the more comfortable wins of the day so far. I'm still going to see if Melzar changes up that mentality at all going into this, considering they've got a teammate to work with. Still Pinso a 2v1 fight as often as possible, but going more for the general chaos. Lying down in this middle of the road is murder. I can't actually see that properly. Bit of an early lead. Remember, Blanksby in orange here, in red. Taking a couple of early points, but very chaotic style of fighting in the center here. People tending to run and just try to keep their eyes on who's directly in front of them.
Let's see what Go Get Blue is up to.
Samurai Sword, much better weapon in my opinion as a melee weapon in a fight. Pyromaniac's getting caught out there. Giving a bit of a lead here now to Blanksby. They also have, of course, got a huge number of points from that earlier Fortnite, where they just showed up with so many players, and then they got some nice placement points after that. Doing well so far in the COD Mobile. Certainly a dangerous opposition. Murder can't confirm that kill. Actually, it gives away a double kill there. Melzar picking it up.
Not surprising there. Let's see what Morrister's doing. If I remember correctly, they did quite well in our first Blanksby match.
Nice slide through coming from Morrist. Turns it around. 14 to 10. Needs to be good consistency coming out here. Plenty of time on the board for the side of the game.
Just a few more kills to go.
Also picks up 2 players of their life. Keeps trading out this 2v1 style. Pyro not seen on the scoreboard for too long. Melzar back into the action with that constant aggressive attitude. Pyro gets taken out, opens the space for Melzar to trade it. 17 to 14. 3 more kills here needed by Blanksby. 2 more down. Last kill on the board. Finally going to be breaking that historical trade of the less number of people you've got. But late resurgence, Melzar picks up 2. Needs 1 heroic play. Charged through everyone there. Oh, it manages to get to 19 by the end. But it's still the 20 coming up for Blanksby, pulling it off at the last.
It definitely seems that when there is a Melzar in play, we have a tight match coming up.
Yeah, just consistently gets up those really nice trades. Almost always guarantees the one kill at the beginning, and then 50-50 is the second. And so that'll always get you a better KDA. And in this match, kills really is the only thing that matters, or are the only thing that matters. So very nice play from them. But it does leave Blanksby as our only undefeated team thus, with 1 still to go, I believe.
2 to go, Blanksby versus Kennedy, and then Early versus McCabe.
I mean,
all
So
for
they're gonna
Blanks.
be taking on Kennedy right now, and Kennedy is 1-0 so far, having lost to earlier. One against earlier.
They beat
So-
early, but they lost to McCabe's.
Okay. So it's kind of creating that cycle now. It all links together. They lost to McCabe. Blanksby just beat McCabe.
So at the moment, I'm just doing a quick point tally where I've got Blanksby winning 2, McCabe, Kennedy win 1, lose 1, and early on 2 losses so far. Let's
So
see.
this actually becomes such a big match. If Kennedy can win this, it kind of pulls everyone back to that level playing field. Otherwise, this could be Blanksby securing that victory, that perfect run through to the day.
Okay,
Big
Blanksby
match,
has
yes.
managed to stay red. And Kennedy, we have had 2 of their 3 players today who have in fact come along and joined in. But we're still missing the 3rd player who we've seen today. So not sure where he is, what's happening there, but we are waiting on you. Best 10:55. Do I have more friend invites? Is that what's happening here? Nope. Okay, Best has gone offline 8 minutes ago. Well, let's get this match started.
Right. Let's go into the game. Nice. Okay. Blanksby and Red are really coming in as the favorites into this one.
And Kennedy and Blue also playing player down.
Or at a 2-player advantage, if we want to call it that. I mean, so far 3 out of 4 have proven that.
Yeah?
Seems a nice number if you can pair off. It's easier to coordinate your duo. And you're going up against boxing gloves. I mean, that immediately gives you an advantage. Nice little poking. Seeing that the opponents have that start line covered. Searching around for anyone.
I don't think we've spent a lot of time on Humble here, so let's have a look at what Stay Humble is doing. Oh, so far so good.
Two apiece.
Oh,
Oh, there's the whole team coming together.
Yeah.
That's what numbers should look like in one of these engagements. But if you, again, the big thing about COD is that there's such a short time to kill. If you walk 2 or 3 people through a doorway together, you can very easily get collateral damage as the opponent just lines up the shot through one. Trading out again though, 4-4.
let's see what Fishy is up to. Is it anything fishy?
Spots that one on the high ground, but didn't actually manage to confirm that afterwards. This is such an intense match. 7-8. Double kill comes out here. Blanksby takes a little bit of a lead, but I would say probably only about 4 points feels comfortable right now. They're up to 3. They've got a good sight line coming through there. They lost one. Don't trade it out, and that lead evaporates.
And evened out scores.
On the left. Here it almost feels like Fishy and the rest of the squad from Blanksby need to create kind of like an overlapping leapfrog style control of the map. They know their opponents are going to be spawning on the other side, so get some decent cross angles, and only when someone's set up in the cross angle waiting for the person to run through does the next person kind of move up into the next spot. you could systematically, and you've got the time for it still. The chaos is favoring right now. Kennedy,
Yeah.
massive resurgence. They're the ones who built themselves up a 3-point lead. Drops it down by 1, but picks it up just as fast afterwards. Coming through with half health and slice and dice. Double kill with a knife comes out from Sykes.
An impressive one.
Oh, 1 kill away. Kennedy looking to upset this and create consternation at the last moment.
And there it
They get it.
is. A long shot for the end. So, another win for Kennedy.
Wow, that puts Kennedy on 2, Blanksby on 2, Early on 0, and McCabe, they are going to kind of need to... What happens if we end up with a tie towards the end? Do we go back for a sudden death?
This is the
final.
point of having a second game. We know Fortnite won't tie.
Because right now, actually, yeah, it comes to the general points afterwards, doesn't it? So just
Yeah.
winning a game gets you points. It's not about who ranks out of the top. So this could be a very deadlocked set of points coming through. It all depends on now. We've got what, Early versus McCabe?
Yes, and so for this last match, let's have Early on red and
Okay.
McCabe on blue.
The
So,
big thing to me is that Early has not won a game yet. Now, that's so if Early picks up a game now, then they and McCabe tie for the lower two at 1 and 2, and then Banksby and Kennedy are up 2 and 1. So then we get like a very tied, everyone in the center. But if McCabe win this, we have a 3-way tie at the top.
yes.
It's insane.
To me, it is kind of crazy that we would have 3 teams winning.
Yeah.
There's a
only
first place
normally
and then
you get
there is
2,
4.
right? One team wins 3 games, 2 teams win 2 games, or they win 1 apiece kind of thing.
Mm.
But all tied out, all comes down to McCabe. And McCabe has got a really good showing. Even in the matches where they lost, that one match, they came very close. That was 19-20 when they were outnumbered quite significantly. So McCabe coming in as my favorites for this match.
I'm gonna give the underdogs a chance and go with Early.
Okay.
Just
You gotta back it up though.
no, I have no reason.
Because the heart said so. Because we follow the anime story arcs right now. Team comes together at the last. Okay, I believe. Who do we have in the lobby so far?
So we have in our blue, which is supposed to be McCabe's, I have Pyro logged in, I have Melzar logged in. Stay humble. You are from Kennedy's, you're out. We have in the earlies, which is supposed to be red, we're looking for... Okay, a Blanksby player has joined there. You're out. We have 2 Jacks. We have the Crasher, both earlies players ready to go. So at the moment we have got 2-2.
They played the first 2 games and then they thought they were done for the day.
And I am looking for others. Yeah, we seem to have lost. The Jester's gone offline, and Killer has gone offline, and those were 2 early players. And McCabe's has been, well, Melzar, and then Melzar with Pyro, and then Melzar with Pyro again is what it looks like it's going to be for the 3rd time round. So let's go ahead and transition across.
Nice 2v2, the first even match we've seen of the day, and it's with the least number of players, really, of the lobby.
So we're gonna go ahead and get started there. So in blue we have McCabe's and in red we have Kennedy. I think we can give them.
There we go. I'm just like, there doesn't seem to be any sort of variation in the approach to the game, though. It's not like someone who plays slower now because of a different team dynamic. It's just run forward and see that there's a guy in front of you, and then pull the trigger. Call of Duty, man. Run, spot one, gets a knife kill to start us off there. Pyromaniacs living up to the maniac part. Talk around this little spot. Two players within very close proximity as well. Maybe that's the advanced strategy. I'm just not understanding. I like that. Spots out the opponent's player and actually goes for the kill, lures them around the corner. Pyro seems to just be going to play this entire map with a knife.
And doing so well so far.
Actually gets 3 kills from it in a row, full hat trick. Decides to zigzag their way across, comes round, spots him. Playing with corners so nicely. Mistiming that a little bit, but picks up a 4th. Pyromaniac's secret hidden cheese strat in the last game. Finds one more. Oh, mistimes that. Now it does eventually get taken down, but wait, where did the kills go? 7-1?
Yeah. It's just been Pyro 4, Melzar 3, and Crasher coming in with the 1 kill of Pyro.
Okay.
Let's have a look
Broken
at...
strategy. Let's go across to Melzar quickly. I want to see if Melzar is also doing the knife trick. Oh, in this case, the boxing gloves. Are you kidding me? This is just because I said it was the worst weapon to bring into a war, and Melzar is gonna prove me wrong.
Well, so far he doesn't seem to have much to prove.
Yep. Decides to go with the gun. Does get the kill off it as well. Byron's still running around with that knife, it seems.
Early doing their best here, managing 1 kill each.
Missed him there in corner, but actually just dodges the way out of it.
Let's have a look and see. 2 jacks.
What is this? Oh, the knife coming out on the other side, it seems. Melzar picking up the double kill. Bring a knife to a gunfight. Doesn't always work out unless it's a designated strat.
No, but certainly better than bringing a tiny violin.
Melzar picks up 1. Pyro again with the knife. 4 kills to go. And barely a scratch on them. Predator missile comes out there and gets another kill with that. So 2 to go here. Finally a 3rd kill. Desperate swap comes out there from 2 jacks and gets paid very quickly for that. So looking for that final hunt. The Predator missile to end it. Cinema. Absolute cinema. And McCabe comes through with a dominant victory of one of the most creative stories I've ever seen in an esports broadcast.
Certainly an interesting one. So, what we can do now is give the learners an opportunity to join any team they want. They know their friends' usernames. They know who they usually play with and play against. So I'm going to go ahead and let them do that and invite absolutely everybody who is still online to go ahead and join in wherever they would like.
And we're going to have that playing in the background while we tally up some scores.
Correct, yes.
Nice.
So our Fortnite is taking a little bit longer because some of our learners were sending other people's scores, and instead of sharing their own pictures, sharing other people's pictures again. So we are manually going back through the gameplay and finding out what the scores were that way. So far,
it's going to be decided by the Fortnite. It's the only way. I mean, we had a 3-way tie at the end of COD Mobile, so
yeah.
well tried to early, but a rough couple of games for them. Everyone else coming out 2-1. So Fortnite, all that makes the difference.
Well, that's exactly it. This 2 games really does show you just how much of an impact one single type of event can have.
Yeah.
It's a triathlon.
And it needs to get more games in next year as well. Maybe pick up a Call of Duty. Your Valorant seems to be quite popular at your school as well. So, guys, you like your shooters, don't you?
We do tend to like our shooters. It does help that we have at Glenwood one of the most decorated target shooting teams. I think there might be a correlation here.
Old boy school likes guns. Who would have thought?
Let's not stick too many stereotypes on them.
I mean, they're certainly proving themselves to be proficient then in the digital world as well as in the real world. Okay, do we have a full lobby?
We have a 4 versus 3 going on, and I have nobody spectating. So I am going to see, is that ready? Not quite yet. Pyro? Maybe wants to join in. We've had Melzar doing pretty well. We've also had Psych doing pretty well. And we've had Morris doing pretty well. I remember those 3 have been doing quite well together, and Psych and Morris are on the opposite team to Mel, so that's going to be an interesting one to see what happens with that.
Males are just going to carry on with their own mentality, I'm sure.
Yeah, almost certainly.
I've been really impressed with Sykes as well. Good consistent pressure in the middle of the map. Was trading nicely. Every time I looked at the scoreboard, it seemed to be quite nicely involved when he was playing.
Well, let's see how this is going. Melzar coming in on the WhatsApp. Ma'am, please can you give me 10 minutes? My mom needs me to do something. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Mel, we cannot wait a full 10 minutes. I will give you 2. And that will give chance for some of the others who are not yet on to join in should they want to. Let's see who else has not joined in. Go Getters on. Iniso has gone off, but that's fine. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to get us started. And I think, yeah, let's go ahead and get started on this.
Nice.
Our last one, free for all. I am kicking the 2 who are not ready. And we're going to get started as a 2v5. I say free for all. They are still on teams. 2v3. But let's see how each of these players is going to do and who they're representing. So Morris is coming in as a blank speed player. Fishy is also a blank speed player, and then joining them
Early
is
player,
Syke
right?
from Kennedy. And that's in the
Kennedy.
orange side. On the blue side, we've got 2Jacks and Crasher, who are both early players we had in our previous round.
Let's see if the early guys can pick up some kills here when things are shaking up a little bit. When you don't have a Melzar or a Pyro on the other side running knives, see what early can pick up. Instant one apiece. There's no way Morris is actually running around with again another melee strat. Haven't seen him take out a gun yet, or throw a punch though. To be fair, kind of just scouting out. Yeah, there goes the gun. Oh. It's good patient play coming out here from. Let's go with orange, shall we? Early again, struggling to pick up kills. This wraparound is big coming out from Morris.
Let's see.
But pretty much everyone picking up kills, yeah, from our yellow squad. Fishy there on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
It's kind of just whoever manages to get the sidelines.
Go across to Psych. Waiting out on the ledge.
There we go, I'm just going to be spawning soon. Season goes around the right. Oh, shots just off the money. This is chased down. At some stage, it's kind of like what we were chatting about in Fortnite. At some stage, you have to turn and check your pursuer. Otherwise, every time they get a sideline on you, they're just going to be chasing around corners and throwing in bullets.
So whilst they're busy enjoying themselves, let me just give an update here. So we remember Melzar was playing for McCabe's as their single and only player.
Yeah.
In the first match, which they won on behalf of McCabe's. I am going to take 4 points of the win that they earn, which is so 50% of those points, and to give them too early the house that Melzar is actually from.
Oh, shame. They lost like their best player.
They lost their best player, and he continuously beat them.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. So how does that change the dynamic now?
Well, let's have a look.
There we go. Sykes coming out as the MVP again. Doing well on the second spot. Really did play well there.
Okay, let me see if I can get this to open. We might have our next load of results coming through. Our Fortnite results might just be ready. No promises.
Dun, dun, dun.
I do what I can. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I am going to switch across. And we will bring up our tournament closing page as we finish off, and I attempt to open up this document. Okay.
Crash this whole stream. Just open it.
So, total kills, game placements, I do have that. I don't yet have the totals, but I can tell you some background information. So, I can tell you that for the COD Mobile, with moving those points from the cave over to earlies, splitting the win points essentially between the two houses, it brings Blanksby at 18, Kennedy at 18, Early at 14, and McCabe's at 10.
Nice.
Then for Fortnite, the way that it is looking right now, let's just note first of all that Kazan came in with 2 first places, that we knew, but then also a total of 25 kills across
11 in the first game, 14 in the second. I think it was maybe slightly very unnoted, but it was absolutely dominant.
Absolutely.
So Kaizen wins.
And the C Monies came in second and then 10th. So Gibson House not necessarily getting all the points we would have wanted for them from him. Also, it appears he was their only player. So Gibson
They didn't show up here for the COD Mobile either, so there really is no points being scored anywhere else there.
No, Gibson is unfortunately definitely not going to be hitting the top score this time, with only 28 points in total for Gibson.
It's a really significant amount of points though coming from C Money. Like that's such a nice contribution if he had a couple of other people around. So C Money, it's your job for next year, because I assume we're going to be doing this a third time. Next year,
he just needs to make sure that when he leaves, he has some boys trained to take over, because unfortunately, he is one of our grade 12s.
Yep. Sorry, yeah, you said that earlier, and so I hope someone from Gibson House now can fill that void.
Well, we've also got Jackson, and this is a name we're familiar with from COD Mobile. Stay humble.
Stay humble.
So, Jackson representing Blanksby. Stay humble representing, where are you?
Please don't say Kennedy. That's just going to create too much problems. Oh, that's going to be too close then.
It is in fact Kennedy.
Yep. Okay, so Blanksby versus Kennedy is going to be a very close fight on these points at the end.
It definitely will be. He's got 3 kills in game 1, coming in 5th. Game 2, 2 kills coming in 3rd.
Good placement points from both of those.
Yeah, 3rd place getting 10 points. So just stay humble, bringing in 24 points in total for his team.
That's big. That's brilliant then.
And then I'm just...
So when are you going to be able to release the final scores? It's not today, right?
I am hoping that we will be able to release it at some point today on social media, perhaps post a YouTube short if I can figure out how to do that. We will live and learn. But yes, definitely something that I want to get done today. We are going to hopefully get, and I did get the scores wrong here. Stay Humble got 27 scores, 27 points. Other top contenders we are seeing is Jackson, who came in with a 3rd place and a, second place and a 5th place. We've got Dizzy coming in with a 3rd and a 9th. Hunter coming in 8th twice. And yeah, lots of all over the shows here. It really wasn't very consistent between who's coming in 2nd and 3rd, and except for Staying Humble coming 3rd or 4th, and obviously Kazan first both times, we definitely have something interesting going on. So yeah, I think we'll close it off there for today, and I will put the scores out later tonight/tomorrow once I've had a chance to, with Kazan, review all the footage and see what comes of it.
But it really does leave as such an open-ended, tense fight for those final points. Well done to everyone who played today, though. There was such great action to watch. There's a lot of maturity, and I hope some budding stars, some aspirational young players out there that are going to look to keep playing, as the stages are there for you guys. And well done to Miss Drury there. I hope you guys are going to join me in congratulating her for putting this whole thing together and making esports grow as it has at Glenwood. I'm so excited that you've done this for 2 years in a row, and really hope next year as well. By the way, at Thomas More, we are also going to be hosting a Rocket League LAN, so just think about it in the beginning of next year. You were there this year. We recognize, we return the favor, so keep practicing that as well. But otherwise, thank you for such a great day. This was a lot of fun, and I hope your students appreciate what you've put into this.
Well, they certainly have been on WhatsApp. I will give them that. There have been quite a few thank you messages coming through, and also quite a few messages for you, Alt, saying, and I'll just pick one to read here. Please say thank you on behalf of me to Altruism for joining us. We really appreciate it. His comments were wonderful.
Such love. Absolute pleasure to be here. But until the next one, you gotta tell me the points before you put it out on social. So we'll chat in the back. I gotta know. I'm invested now.
I will let you know when I am posting them. How about that?
Sounds good. Fair enough.
Okay. Have a good evening, and goodbye to everybody else.